Need I say any more? Welcome to In the Loop. Hello folks and welcome to the Watercress line, and as you can see we have some big news behind us, but first, as we know, it's time for a quick fire look around the railway to see what else has been happening behind the scenes. Well, it has been a while since we've seen a carriage shop this spacious, and that's because the coach we had here, 4211, is now out and about in traffic. Now we do have an episode planned where we go through the inside and outside and end with an absolutely fantastic time lapse, so plenty to look forward to. Now for you IVET fans out there, we have good news, for the Locomotive is now back in service. After having some boiler work done up in the boiler shop, it's now been put back on, plumbed back together. What you can hear in the background is Andrew doing a mechanical inspection, but by the time you see this video, it will have already been out and about in service. Well, with Canadian Pacific back in action, it's time to say goodbye to 257 Squadron. In fact, today, at the moment, it is getting prepped and ready for dispatch, including an interesting procedure where you offload coal from the tender back into the bucket, anything that's not used. So it's time to say a huge thank you once again to our friends at the Swanage Railway and Southern Locomotives Limited for lending us this beautiful bit of kit. Well, a lot's happening here at the Watercress line. Now, understandably, as you can see, it is a big day here down at Alresford, for it is Canadian Pacific's official launch. Now, by the time you see this, we will have posted the full video, so that is on YouTube at the moment, so do go and check that out. But here are a few highlights.
Today means to me, it's great to see the engine finally moving and under its own steam.
Wonderful to actually see a nice engine back in service.
Relief, excitement, and pride in the lads that have put it together. So my team that's put it together, both the engine and the coach, is pretty spectacular. They've done very, very well.
It is an example of the best of British engineering. I think it says to the outside world that there is great technology and innovation still happening on Heritage Railways, because this locomotive represents innovation and technology to me.
This train represents in many ways the ties between Canada and the United Kingdom.
It's been fully restored and now I'm enjoying the ride.
I just think this is going to be a great celebratory day. It's going to be a lot of people here, and well done, the Watercress line. This is a terrific job. Well done indeed.
That accumulation of all of those years of passion, hard work, frustrations, in that moment it pulling into the station, hooking up to the carriages here and just seeing it alive after spending so long of seeing it in pieces is just going to be a really heart-wrenching moment for me.
Oh, well, my involvement with Canadian Pacific actually started back 10 years ago now, and that was when it was down in Eastleigh, when we were doing the strip down and sort of getting ready to manage things to actually rebuild them and put it all back together.
I started down at Eastleigh in 2012 when we were at the evaluation and conservation stage that the lottery bid allowed us to do. And I've been on her ever since. We were going to Eastleigh for a number of years.
We reassembled the chassis back down at Eastleigh before the chassis was moved up here, and most people know about the trouble we had getting the chassis back up to here.
And we spent the rest of the time doing the boiler. So those 2,500 boiler stays, I'm part of the team that put them all in. And it took a while.
And then, I've been up here for the last, about 5 years. I've been actually up working in the boiler shop, actually helping to rebuild the boiler.
Yeah, it's just a great place to be. You feel you're achieving something. At the end of the day, there's something to show for it.
The thing I'm looking forward to most is to actually seeing the public come in to see this engine now. It's a beautiful engine, they're lovely engines, and it's just wonderful to actually see a nice engine back in service.
This carriage has been restored over the last 18 months from quite a sorry state in the sense of the roof that really sort of broken and rotted out.
We actually finished off doing the carriage works, this in the carriage shop. So I put a new roof on, fitted it out inside,
fitted new seats, recovered the new seats, and just restored the whole carriage.
I worked on that from the beginning, and just in literally the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's all come back together again, and you see the state it is now. It's just fantastic. So to be part of that, all the way from originally stripping it out to then sort of building new components, helping put it all together, and completing it. You know, it's a privilege to be part of that and to be involved in it, and then actually to ride on a day like today. Absolutely fantastic.
Today means an awful lot to me. The amount of effort that's gone into getting this engine going, and it's been for a couple of years, it was a huge part of my life, and it's actually quite emotional seeing it looking absolutely fabulous, sounding incredible. It's, you know, I'd say it's our local Flying Scotsman. It's great to see it going.
I originally started as the Outreach and Interpretation Officer with the Canadian Pacific Project, and then went on to be the project supervisor. So I was on the project for about 4.5 years, but I've kept in contact with the team, helped where I could, provided some advice where things have been, and more of kind of the consistency of what happened while I was part of the project. For me, it is about all of those hours of dedication that the team here at the Watercress Line have put in, the volunteers have put in. It's about not only celebrating what has transpired and the many years of work that's gone on, but also remembering those in the team from the volunteers that unfortunately aren't here with us today, but were such an integral part of the project. And I have to say, were really the people who gave me so much knowledge, who shared their passion and have helped me create a career out of what I do today. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere without those volunteers.
It's a huge boost. It's a huge boost to Heritage Railways. I mean, it's a massive boost to the Watercress Line, isn't it? But what a boost to Heritage Railways. Once again, another locomotive, a mammoth locomotive in this case, brought back into action. Yes, it's been in steam before, it's been restored previously, but a long, arduous task to get this locomotive back in steam and to celebrate today. It's a major achievement which once again shows the resilience of Heritage Railway people, the staff, the volunteers, and the retention of all those skills to get a Merchant Navy class locomotive back in steam. It's brilliant. It's brilliant for the Watercress Line. It's brilliant for Heritage Railways.
It was absolutely at the forefront of tech at the time. I think it shows that we can still repair things now like that, and we still have a great amount of use of heritage today, making money for the local area, and this railway makes a fortune for this area and plays an important role in the whole of Hampshire and the outside world.
The Watercress Line is a major part of the visitor economy of Hampshire, North Hampshire, in fact of the central south. It's attracting people from all over the UK. It's bringing economic impact into this area. If you snap your fingers and the Watercress Line wasn't here, this area would be a lot poorer for it. It's bringing a lot of people, a lot of businesses are working with the Watercress Line and benefiting from it. And of course, for the staff, the volunteers, there's community aspects, well-being aspects, social aspects to it all. Heritage Railways are a major player in UK heritage culture and in the UK and regional visitor economies. It's really important stuff. And so actually to have an event like this at the Watercress Line, for the rest of the heritage sector, it's a great boost. You know, it shows again what is being done and what can be done.
Oh, and what a great day it is so far. And it's a fabulous set of speeches, particularly. It's quite moving speeches from the Deputy High Commissioner, sort of talking about the link between this country and others. And I think it's just a lovely way of talking about more than just the engine and what the engine does in its place. And also the importance of volunteers and the whole thing. And it's just a great day, celebrate their work over so long. And of course, everyone who's put all their money into it being a lottery player. I think people often forget, yes, it's a fun thing to do, to get something back maybe occasionally as a lottery, but you know what? You are funding so much great stuff up and down the country like this. So yeah, great stuff.
It's been absolutely fabulous, and I want to thank the organizers for inviting me. It's been a real honor to be here. The ties between, this train represents in many ways the ties between Canada and the United Kingdom. the ties of friendship, the ties of history, and has really been a symbol of the strength of those ties from the Second World War, where it carried freight and soldiers, but it also is named after the ships that were bringing over supplies during the Second World War.
Mum and Gran both worked on the train, but we had no idea that they worked here. None at all.
The railway industry throughout the 19th and 20th century led the world and in the building of locomotives and carriages. And the train that we're on today, hauled by Canadian Pacific, is a very, very fine example of that engineering.
I'm really chuffed that Mum and Gran worked on it and that we're here today to represent them, because they obviously can't be living.
The sun is shining, everyone's in a great mood. We've had some beautiful, beautiful words from the Deputy High Commissioner, from the Canadian High Commission for Canadian Pacific, and it's a really it's a momentous day because it feels politically relevant as well as feeling very, very special to the Northwest Line. And the locomotive looked absolutely spectacular as it came in. All the hard work that happened yesterday, I went down to see the massive team cleaning the engine, and it just looked spectacular. The bullet carriages look great. So we've been really, really blessed. I'm absolutely thrilled.
I shall be honest, there were times where people thought this locomotive may never return. It's safe to say that the engineers here have had enough spanners chucked in the works at them to test the metal of any engineer. But it proves what grit and determination can do. So it's time to say both thank you and congratulations. Congratulations to everyone who was involved in this mammoth project, and thank you to everyone who's helped support it. From sponsoring a stay to our friends at the National Lottery Heritage Fund, we now have a wonderful locomotive to show for it. So, all that's left to say is thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, book your tickets now to come down and ride behind the newest addition to our running fleet, Canadian Pacific.